As you know, a while back, I talked about a video talking about how Super Mario Odyssey will have no game over screen. So, I think people are like a bit more satisfied. No, that don't want to have. So basically, if you die, you only lose coins. So you won't essentially lose You only lose a life. You only lose a couple of coins, and you hop back into the action. But Super Mario Odyssey's director has stated that lives are not absolutely necessary for my Odyssey, and this is actually a huge reliever because this game is actually if this game, and I'll say if this game is going on very 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 long, you don't want to die continuously. Like, you die once and you die again. It's really not. That's gonna be a painful. And it can get really repetitive and very annoying a couple of times. So let's see what Super Mario Odyssey's director Kenta Motokura has to say about the removal of the game over screen in Odyssey, and why lives in Odyssey aren't absolutely necessary. Let's begin. The article on my Nintendo News starts off with, "We heard before that Super Mario Odyssey on the Nintendo Switch won't punish gamers with the traditional game over screen. If you do die, you just lose some coins." Game Informer recently had the opportunity to chat with Super Mario Odyssey director Kenta Marakura, who explained why they made this interesting change to the game. Oh, hold on, let me skip the entire part. We thought about how a live system would work in this kind of broad exploration-focused game. In this sort of game, there will be a lot of different restart points. So, like, you can start in one kingdom. Like, you're in one kingdom. If you die, and you would obviously essentially restart from the last time you saved. So you're in like Kingdom 2, and you die, and you lose all your lives. You go back to Kingdom 1, and that's where you last started off. We decided not to use the life system because it was not an element that was absolutely necessary. We also thought it would affect some users' desire to play because while users who are good at the game would rarely see the game over screen, that because with Mario runs out of lives, and experienced users will probably see it frequently. Excuse me, if you don't have much experience in Mario, in this type of game like Odyssey, then you would essentially you would see lots of deaths in no time, and that's not good. People just say multiple people saying, "I'm done with Odyssey." It's quit before seeing the end of the game, and that's not good. So I actually like what Nintendo did there. It's actually pretty useful, if anything. And like I said, to make Odyssey a bit more easier, not punish you if you're bad at the game. Good on you, Nintendo. You are very good at supporting your fans in this big, fantastic game. But before we recap and end the video, let's read some comments. The Pebble Tribe. I haven't seen anyone complain about this, which is nice. Like, people are not complaining about the removal of the game over screen. It's actually a bit more relief to me as well. This doesn't matter to me in the slightest. I complain because now the one-out mushrooms are gone. Lives are really only remnants of arcade games that where they make a live system. I said it's a good move for Nintendo. People are really happy with modern live systems, like some freemium games that are bigger to pay up for more goes. Example, Candy Crush. I see someone who's bad playing Mario games to get the game over screen. I hit the game over screen because I decided to Sudoku or Sudoku as many times as possible. I don't want to show you a swear to screen or not. Forget the alt comment. I understand why it appears here when it's supposed to be at the bottom. Val Berger. I do generally agree that the concept of having labs is not mandatory and also just been implemented before it to achieve something specific, and that doesn't mean the implementer. Especially the idea of having labs in general that actually didn't make the games more frustrating for casuals, but for core players, as it barely found an achievement to run around with 99 lives and never see the game over screen in general. Excuse me. In general, the whole system might come from time to time. We have to insert a coin to get like 5 lives to continue playing. But getting rid of it could easily end up like in the lack of any challenge at all. So be heavily depending on how and what audience levels are designed. Eastern Steam World, blah, blah, blah. What a coincidence! I tell myself this every day. Since Super Mario Odyssey is the Super Mario was the only time I ever seen a game over screen in a Mario game, is when I'm attempting a really hard level in Sunshine or the Galaxy games, and that's partially because those games don't save your number of lives. Sure, so basically, if you get 20 lives, you have to save and quit, take a break, or you're done for the day. Your lives will start back to 5, which suck because back then I don't know why Nintendo didn't do that, but so I let us save and start with 5 lives. I had to say Grandmaster Galaxy. Like you start the Galaxy 2, you have 20 lives. And you said, okay, I'm done with Grandmaster Galaxy today. I'll come back tomorrow and finish it. And now you see your lives kind of you're back at 5. And that means I start grinding out lives. Otherwise, this changes a little fact in how I play the games. I did like in New Super Mario Brothers Wii that Mario would lose his head when you reach 99 lives. That's rather mooched by the outfits in this game. Like Mario has multiple outfits. Nintendo just said lives don't matter. LOL. You guys don't comment? You suck at your own too. LOL. Other than people notice and LOL. Alright. Also reminds you of Sonic the Hedgehog games where you lose ranks. Surprised no one made this comparison. Sonic always been like though. Mario's always been about lies. Sonic has never been around lies. Sonic's been more about the rings. This game could still be a bit difficult without lives, so don't worry there. So you don't have to worry about the game punishing you for your failures or mistakes. Yes, it could. Sorry, I'm not to be, but I'm afraid it's gonna be like usually casual without challenge 3D Mario. Galaxy was not Galaxy One. Galaxy had challenge for kids only. No, I got put to death. I know you said that was that game. Summer Stars will be a real bitch again. No, yeah, some of the Galaxy Power Stars in Galaxy were really annoying, especially if you have bad. You make one little mistake, you can easily it can really screw you over. Like the fast, like the, the fast prankster comment, pretty much like in Toy Time, where pretty much I go where you saw these like these. The one blocks they would if you and they would go super fast and pretty much that was like a real pain to get. Yes. Yes, some. And now I'm wondering how many of these some will be on this Mario because the Mario 3D World on Wii U was a joke in terms of challenge. Well, the unlockable stages from collecting everything was not easy. Like getting the green stars, the stamps, beating every level with every character, get the 5 stars on your file. All I want is to make the game have a hard mode difficult option like Breath of the Wild. God, even that's damn easily. It'd likely just be like any other 3D Mario in terms of difficulty, barring 3D Land and World. I thought 3D Land was harder than World. I mean, this blue mirror Mario who was hunting you during the stage was amazing, wasn't it? Why they remove this kind of difficulty from the next games? No idea. They want to make World as accessible as possible and feel like more like the new Super Mario Brothers, I guess. Then go and play the Great Run, so we can how well you can Thanos and you can be in pacifist mode. LOL. I'm sorry, but this game can still be challenging without even without the life system. It's combat is more difficult as hell, but it doesn't have a life system. Dark Souls doesn't have a life system. It's difficult. Sorry, but I'm afraid due to John Goose. Like this game could actually be a little bit difficult without the lives. I understand, but the one-up mushroom is now obsolete. We should not see it anymore, and there'll be 0 challenges this game as so far as I can tell. Who says the one-up mushroom is gone for a bit? 0 challenge? What? Yeah, the Mario is not gone. The one mushroom is not gone, and we could possibly see it in another Mario game, but this time it's not there. And this game could actually pose a challenge because they get the moons, so don't expect the game to be a cakewalk in any means. It makes perfect sense because the lives were never really made it harder for experienced players, but it did for inexperienced players, which is kind of backwards way of doing game design. I don't know what they were saying. Took a cuphead. Well, then I hope the game is challenging in a different way then. That'd be some kind of pleasure for screwing up. And if it's just losing a bunch of coins that honestly, from what we've seen so far, don't really do much outside of buying arbitrary cosmetics, and where's the downside? This could be like a Hayden mentioned this one. Sonic Boom Rise a layer could eventually lost all your rings and died in a boss fight. You'd come back right with 20 rings and don't even lose your progress in the fight. You could get down to having this hit him one more time, die, respawn, land, and hit land that hit and win. No challenge, no punishment for messing up. I can't agree with that. Still not sure about the drastic change to a Mario game. I guess we'll see if this was a great decision or not soon enough. Honestly, this was a great. This is good for speedrunners. So when you see it from their point, and it won't discourage beginners and newcomers that are just coming to the Mario series. It's a main factor when making a game that's playable for anyone, but it's still a challenge for hardcore Mario fans, and it does seem some Odyssey, and it does see I see some Odyssey footage, but I don't want to spoil it for you because you want to know spoilers. Nintendo's been showing off the easier parts. YouTubers find different sections and worlds and everything. Soon won't have one once I get my hands on this game. My core is not even necessary. Well, when I thought the mainline Mario games could get any worse, it does. As you have to see it this way: you died, started spawn area for level. You get game over, knocked to hub where it's at level beginning. Doesn't make sense, right? Good decision on them. Alright, that's the last one. Lives of 2D Mario games have not really not done anything. It makes sense in 2D Mario, you lose your checkpoint. In Sonic, you lose a checkpoint, and Duck Gun loses a checkpoint. It's a very 2D platform as an arcade concept. Now look at big open world adventure games and just any adventure game in general. Zelda's no lives in Zelda 2. Granted, a different type of game. The point I'm making is that in an open world in Mario doesn't need lives. So those are some good comments. Like people that the lives don't really matter. It's just it can make the game really. It can still make the game really challenging. So don't expect this game to be easy on the first try. I mean, with collecting the moons, absolutely not. Don't count it on that. You could still have some difficulty getting all the moons if you're going for a 100% run. So don't expect the game to be super easy on the spot. Don't think that. Otherwise, you could actually make some mistakes and it could cost you. So don't have that type of mentality, if anything. Thanks for watching. See ya.